Hello guys, Dusty here, and yeah, it looks like I'm gonna need to start to wear sunglasses. These lights are freaking bright and they're in my eyes and everything. But anyway, hi guys, Dusty here, and yeah, you maybe have been wondering, where the heck have I been for the past 4 weeks? Well, that's a good question. I was gonna try to think of something cheeky and clever to... Honestly, I've just been really freaking busy with work and stuff. And, picking crap up, because boy, have we picked up a lot of crap. I've been doing a bunch of stuff, mainly work related. I've been working so many freaking hours lately. The Corvette's, very close, alright? Well, not that close, but, I'm hoping eventually, hopefully by April, I will be buying a 70s Corvette, so... we'll see what happens. Hopefully before garage sale season, at least, because I would like to garage sale in it. But anyway, we're kind of off topic. The topic we're here to talk about is video games, and what I have found out there as pertaining to video games. So, to get started, I would like to preface that I may have forgotten some of the order that these games went on, because once again, this is all my pickups from the past, 4 weeks, so I'm sorry. Anyway, we're just gonna start with Black Friday. Yeah, remember that? A long time ago, we had Black Friday. And, in the States anyway, if you live in Canada, I think they have another day, and other places have other days. But, I did pick up something on Black Friday. Now, I would have probably picked up, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask if I didn't already have it. My sister actually bought that. At Walmart for $25, but I decided for $25 at Target to pick up Pokemon Alpha Ruby, Omega Ruby, not Alpha Ruby, Omega Ruby. So yeah, and you may be saying, Dusty, why are you picking up a Pokemon game randomly? Well, that's a good question. I am almost done with beating Pokemon Red. Pokemon Red has a very infamously hard Elite Four. And for those of you who do not know anything about Pokemon, you have no idea what I'm talking about, and I apologize, but I'll try to make this Pokemon Nerd Fest quick. So, in essence, I'm still trying to grind to be able to beat the Elite Four, but after I'm done with that, I need another Pokemon game to play, right? So that's where Pokemon Omega Ruby comes in, right? So, there you go. That's another 3DS game. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. So yeah, 8 3DS games. It's almost getting as big as the Wii U library there. No Wii U pickups, unfortunately, in this video. However, we do have a lot of freaking amazing pickups here. So where do we go next? I think these ones were next. So I went to the Goodwill first on this day, and I noticed something kind of peculiar in the cases. And they were these green games, right? They're all green and stuff. So I figured those must be Xbox games. But, I could only see, the green case part of them. So I asked the Goodwill lady to open the door and get the games out. And there were mostly sports games in there, but there were 2 kind of games that I kind of wanted to have. And they were all $3, so for sports games for $3 now. But for $3, I did get, as I say, sports games. No, I'm not going to pay $3 for a sports game. Gran Turismo Racing. Project Gotham Racing, not Gran Turismo Racing, but Project Gotham Racing 2. Now this one comes with the Xbox Arcade disc, which is kind of cool. So it's just like a double flap there, and we got the communicator here. Isn't that cool? But yeah, I just figured this is kind of cool, kind of thing that I don't really have, so I might want to get it for $3. So basically, by the way, the theme of this episode is going to be I overpay for a bunch of stuff. I think I spent $140 on all these pickups. But, I think from all the stuff that I picked up, I might actually be able to make some of that back, since some of the stuff is duplicates. But then I also picked up at the Goodwill, and this is one that I'm actually really excited about, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the original Xbox, which this game gets harder and harder to find, and by harder and harder to find, I mean, of course, I have not come across this game in the wild for the Xbox. But yeah, finally I have the Xbox version. It did not come with the map, however, I'm pretty sure the map is the same across all platforms, and I have it with one of my PS2 versions. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Discs in good shape, cases in good shape, everything. Glad to have that one. So, moving right along, we went to the pawn shop, and same day, and we found some Xbox games and some PlayStation games. So to get started, for the Xbox, we found, kind of, once again with the theme of overpaying for things, Oddworld, Stranger's Odyssey. Stranger's Wrap. I mixed up. Where is it? Oddworld Munch's Odyssey with this one. And I haven't played any of the Oddworld games, so I really do need to play those eventually. But yeah, Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. And yeah, guys, it broke one of my big rules. It's not complete, but still, I figure $2 Xbox game I don't have. I'm trying to get all the Xbox games before they get extremely expensive someday. So, yeah, maybe that'll come back to bite me. Maybe it won't, and I'll end up having all the sought-after Xbox games and be all fancy and stuff and drink tea out of little cups. But yeah, anyway, we did find another game, and this one was actually one that I wasn't sure if I had or not, and apparently I did not have this. Red Dead Revolver, and I actually don't have Red Dead Redemption either. But yeah, Red Dead Revolver for the Xbox. And of course, this is also missing the manual, but the disc is in good shape and everything. And for $2, I figured I might as well go for it and make sure I do end up having the game. And I did have it. I mean, I didn't have it, so glad I picked it up. Next we have Next we have some PlayStation games, actually, that, kind of cool pickups, I guess. For one, we've got Jet Li Rise to Honor here. Now, kind of the peculiar thing about this is it's an in-house Sony title. Yeah, there's no other publishers, no other distributors, just straight up Sony. So, hey, it might be cool. And it was going for like $5 or $6 on eBay, so I figured people were buying it. So I should probably have one. It's gonna go right there. Woo. Yeah, and then next, we found another one that, here's the thing. I kind of regret buying this, but I kind of don't regret buying this, because this will just show you, like, what happens when you're out in the wild and you aren't even looking at what you're picking up. And that is this copy of Sonic Heroes here. Now, you may be saying, well, Dusty, there's something wrong with that copy of Sonic Heroes. The case is screwy. Yeah, this is a printed off rental case. However, it did have this little gem in here. Well, it has the manual for one. And it has, on the disc, Freedom Video and Tanning. If you can see that there. Now, I assume they're no longer in business, because I assume they are a tanning salon / video rental store. It's like the two places nobody goes to anymore. But yeah, just found that kind of clever. But yeah, that's gonna go on the shelf. And by the way, I did actually have Sonic Heroes, but it was the greatest hit, so I figured I'm gonna pick up the non-greatest hits version for $2. And yeah, apparently the case is not the right thing. But anyway, next we've got another cool pickup here, which kind of wish I picked this up earlier. And that is Final Fantasy X, which for $2, still a good price to pay for Final Fantasy X, but not nearly as good as it would have been a long time ago. But I'm probably never going to play this version because I have Final Fantasy X and X-2 for the PS3 here. And this is, by the way, something that I picked up a while back in another video. But I need more room for PlayStation 3 games, I just realized. Okay, but yeah, this is going to go on the shelf, and it's going to look all nice, and see if we can slam it in here. There we go. Awesome. Then we've got kind of one that I've been looking to get for a very long time. Kingdom Hearts, the original Kingdom Hearts. And this is the greatest hits, but I really don't care since I collect them both anyway. But yeah, this case is kind of falling apart. But the manual's kind of chewed up. The disc is kind of... the disc wasn't in the greatest shape, if I remember correctly. Was it? Come on. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh no, the disc is in okay shape. So... yeah, but altogether, $2. Kingdom Hearts, the original. Not too bad. Kind of happy to have that. We are really running out of room for PlayStation 2 games. Then, we did pick up something else along the lines of PS2, all on the same trip, by the way. Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories. Now, I actually have this game, the non-greatest hits version. Something kind of cool about the original version is it's glossy and shiny. This one's just, so yeah, but this one did come with something that I didn't have for this one, which is a manual. And since I believe all PlayStation 2 game manuals are the same, whether they are, just show you, oh, this is my unopened copy of Sonic Heroes, so let's see if we can find something that's both, I have both greatest hits and non-greatest hits. I may actually not have anything that I have. Oh, I have Simpsons Hit and Run, both versions. Where's my other? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here, we're gonna do a show. Knocking stuff over, causing riots. Oh, dang it. No. Yeah, there we go. Here. Yeah, we need more room for PlayStation 2 games. There we go. But yeah, the manuals are exactly the same with greatest hits and non-greatest hits versions for the most part. So that's one of the big reasons I picked the greatest hits version up, so that I could actually upgrade my version that did not have the manual. So there you go. We're just gonna go ahead and ceremoniously switch this into here. And by the way, I bought this at like the video rental store a long freaking time ago. Yeah, it's in good shape and everything. Just didn't have the manual with it, but now it does. So there you go. And these can go. One of them can go down here because I don't want this thing to completely collapse. And one up there. And by the way, I'm pretty sure this is the same like original case since it's glossy and everything. But yeah. Then next on our pickups for today, I suppose. Which one happened next? Sorry, guys. I think this one happened next. So I work in a small town called Iowa Falls. That's about an hour away from where I live. And that Iowa Falls has a Goodwill that, how do I put this? It is the crappiest Goodwill I've ever seen in my entire life. It is like, it's in a strip mall. It's the size of a postage stamp, and they never have anything good there. So I checked that Goodwill once, and they had like a rabbit wine bottle opener for like $1, which it's a nice like $15 wine opener. So of course I bought that, and then also a Mighty Mouse complete in the box for like, I think it was $3, which is like a $20 mouse. And then what else did they have there? Oh yeah, they had a set lamp identical to this one, but it was like $3, and this one I paid $5 for, so it's still in my car. I'm gonna have to bring it in. But another thing that they had there was a Nintendo 64. Yes, our first video game pickup from that Goodwill. Pew, 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 pew. Yay! And it was $11, which isn't very good for a Nintendo 64 out in the wild, but it is pretty good for an N64 in general nowadays. However, it did only come with the power adapter, unfortunately. But I have a friend that is looking for a Nintendo 64, so this is probably going to go to him. So yeah, kind of happy I found that one. I'll text him and see if he wants it and everything. Then we did pick up some. We went to the Goodwill. I think maybe the same day. I cannot remember exactly, but yeah, we went to the local Goodwill and we found some PlayStation games on their CD shelf. Let's see, what order should we do this? Okay, we can start with, and each of these were $1, by the way. Big Ol' Bass 2, the second one. That's the subtitle for it. Big Ol' Bass 2, the second one. Anyway, then we got Mr. Domino. No one can stop Mr. Domino. Yeah, of course. So, yeah, and by the way, all these games are... Oh. All these games are complete, so... yeah, this one is apparently missing the disc. I could have sworn I checked all of these games. I'm gonna check all these games again. Okay. Yeah, Big Ol' Bass is there. Oh, Woody Woodpecker Racing. I actually own that. We got American Pool. Is it in here? I'm pretty sure I would have checked American Pool. Yeah. American Pool's in there. Frogger, he's back. I found this a billion times for the PC, but never for the PlayStation. But yeah. Is in there. Okay. Lemmings. Oh, I should probably show you the game first. Lemmings. Oh no, more Lemmings. Yeah, I don't know why that's the name of this game, but okay. Yeah, it's in there, so that's good. And then of course we've got one that is missing the front of the game. Crash Bandicoot 2, Wrath of Cortex. I mean, no, Cortex Strikes Back. Wrath of Cortex was on like the GameCube and stuff. But yeah, and I actually already own this, but I have the insert for it. And my disc, I think, is in better shape, so this is going to go into the Dusty's Video Game Hunting Fund. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's a shame. I would have wanted to play Mr. Domino. That's really a shame, guys. In fact, I bet this game is only like $2 on eBay, so I'm probably actually just gonna go out and buy a disc-only copy of No One Can Stop Mr. Domino and let's play it, because this game looks freaking interesting. Let's read the back, because we have all the time in the world. No one can stop Mr. Domino. Get ready for some seriously addictive action in this wild style 3D strategy puzzle game. Didn't think that would ever be said. If you don't, the dreaded domino effect will take hold and you will never want to stop. So go ahead, try and stop Mr. Domino. We dare you. Okay, I'll accept your challenge. I'm gonna have to, of course, go on eBay and buy that game. But yeah, we picked up the case for No One Can Stop Mr. Domino for $1. I feel ripped off. All right, so moving right along. Speaking of feeling ripped off, we also found this at the Goodwill. It was in the case at the Goodwill for $6 freaking dollars, but they actually priced it down to $3, and I figured, 3 is good enough for this. But I completely forgot to check, no manual. But the game is in here, and it's in decent shape. Case is in poor shape, but the game's in decent shape. And I think this is the part of the case where you can just replace it with just about anything. So no big deal. We will get that fixed. But yeah, I haven't owned the Gran Turismo original yet, so I'm happy to have that. That's gonna go, and dang it, we're running out of room for all of our PlayStation stuff. There we go. Let's shove it in there. And also, in that case was Interactive Sampler Disc CD8. And I actually have Sampler Interactive Disc CD7 somewhere, so this is gonna go with that. Where did I put all of my freaking, like, weird sample discs? I think they're in with my bootleg Dreamcast games. Yeah, and my random PC games that don't have cases. Let's see. Nope, they're not in this one. Oh, yeah, some of them are. I'll have to find that other one. But yeah, we'll just shove it in here like this for now, because it's not a big deal. But anyway, next, we're gonna, I guess, show you guys some more pickups that we found at the local Goodwill. And these next pickups were in the same day from the pawn shop. We seem to always find stuff at the Goodwill and pawn shop on the same days. I don't know why that happens, but I'm happy about it. So, yeah, we went to the Goodwill and we found something kind of odd. Nintendo games. There were Nintendo games in the case. And they were like this, so I had no idea what they were, right? And there were 4 of them. Oh, for visual effect. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh, there we are. There was, I'm sorry. There was 4 of them like this. So one of those. So I asked them to pull them out of the case because they never would show you the labels. That would be freaking crazy. But one of them was Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt for $5. So we immediately passed that one over like the plague. And then there was also a copy of this peculiar game, Solomon's Key by Tecmo. I looked it up on eBay. I figured it's worth the $5 price tag because, you know, it's going for like 11, 12 bucks on eBay. So I figured pick that up. That's kind of cool. That, you know, seeing Nintendo games, you don't see those every day in my neck of the woods. So I usually like to pick them up when I can. Then we also found another actually kind of sought after title, Mrs. Pac-Man, the Tengen version. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pac-Man. And I did not have it, so we have that now. That was like $11, $12 game. And then this one, which is hopefully going to pay for all of those, Super Mario Bros. 2. Yay! Yeah, but it was $5. So at the end of the day, it's probably just going to exactly pay for this game and those 2. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. Then we went to the pawn shop directly after. And this was both in the morning, so I need to go places in the morning. I mean, seriously, what am I doing going in the afternoon? I need to go in the morning. But the guy I know at the pawn shop that, you know, holds stuff for me, for anything like retro, he holds on to it for me and says, hey, do you want this? They were about to bring this out. He basically tells me when I walk into the store, hey, we have a Game Gear in the back that we're about to put out for $20. You want to take a look at it? And I was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Now, Game Gears, here's the thing about Game Gears. they're usually worth around 20 bucks, right? Like if you get, you know, a kind of okay shape on eBay. So I figured, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it. And yeah, it's just standard Game Gear. I mean, no bells, whistles, anything like that. Just standard Game Gear. Didn't even have the extension cover, but I grabbed one off my other Game Gear. But this one, I don't think I have all the batteries in it, but this one works flawlessly. It works flawlessly. The screen is perfect. Now, for those of you who haven't been following the Dusty Do Show, we actually already do have a Game Gear. However, this one's screen doesn't work right. You have to tilt it at an angle like this to see the picture, which is a very unpleasant way of playing video games. So, I'm very happy to finally have a working, fully Game Gear. And it also came with some, well, it didn't come with some games. I had to buy them separately. But, yeah, it came with an actually kind of cool one, Taito Chase HQ, which I played a little bit. It was kind of fun. It's kind of like Rad Racer on the Nintendo. Yeah, just, you know, on a Game Gear. Put that with Game Gear games. And, of course, this one is just, it's the shiftiest looking guy ever on the front. Poker Face Paul's Blackjack. Can we focus on that there? Can we just... That face will be carved into your nightmares. Okay, so yeah, each of those are $2. I think that was a little bit too much to pay for Poker Face Falls, but you know, it's a Game Gear game, so I don't find those very often. I have the liberty of paying way too many monies for those. But the next thing that I found was actually something that I didn't find. My dad found this. So here's the thing. My dad found it and said he wants me to sell it and everything, but I'm only going to sell parts of it. And then, you know, I'm just going to give him whatever the parts make, and because he said I can keep whatever half it makes, so I assume this will take about like 50% of the value away, so I'll just give him whatever it makes. But my dad found this complete in the box silver GameCube. And now I noticed the camera's doing this a little bit too dusty. I mean, too much justice. The box is in kind of rough shape. If you can't see that on the camera there. But this is like one of the later Platinum GameCubes. But if you open her up, bloop, bloop, we have the silver GameCube in here, which is like an immaculate freaking shape. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and replace, let's see, where is it? Actually, is my other GameCube in better shape? We're gonna test to see. Oh yeah, this one's in much better shape. So this is wanting to be the one that I'm gonna sell, and I'm just gonna keep this one because it's in nicer shape. So that's gonna go. It's gonna just stay in the box. I have enough silver GameCubes out of the box. But then it came with a power adapter, of course, which can go with that other GameCube here. Some AV cables. It came with some pamphlets and instructions and stuff. The manual, which is kind of beat up. And a memory card, along with a controller, which I am probably going to keep the controller and sell it with the generic, because I found on eBay, if you sell a GameCube with a generic controller, it typically actually sells about the same amount as a GameCube controller, even though GameCube controllers are like the same amount as a freaking GameCube nowadays. So, like, honestly, if you're selling a GameCube, don't sell it with the original controllers. Find a cheap third-party one and sell it with it. And then, you know, just sell the controller separately. Or I'm going to keep mine because that will make me have 4 nice first-party controllers, and I just bumped the freaking camera there. But, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and shove that right up in there. And the memory card can... Actually, I think the same guy who I need to get the N64 needs a memory card. So, problem solved! Woo! We found a solution through pickup. So, thank you very much to my dad for that. I'm just going to go ahead and sell that GameCube with the controller and cords and keep the box. Since I figure, well, first of all, this box is in the greatest shape. So, I figured by the time you ship it, it's not going to be worth all that much. And it's not going to really add much value to it, so I am probably going to go ahead and keep this box, and of course the controller with it, and just pair a third-party controller with that GameCube. So, yeah, there you go, and this is going to go on display with my Wii and Wii U box up there. Let's see, what else did we buy now? Well, we didn't buy that, by the way. We got that, and then we're going to sell other parts of it, and we're going to keep that, and yeah, anyway, I don't have to explain that. So, okay, here's the thing, and you guys are going to think, Dusty, you fell into the nostalgia trap again. But I assure you, this is kind of cool stuff, okay? So, well, I guess. I went to the Goodwill in the morning again because I figured, hey, there's something about going to Goodwills in the morning where I find stuff. And, yeah, the case was full of, you'll never guess what, you'll never guess, cases that looked like this. So now, for those of you who aren't seasoned video game collectors, these, you can tell from just a moment, are Magnavox Odyssey 2 cases. Yeah, they were all like this, so I instantly ran up to a person at the other counter that, was not at the glass case and was like, hey, can you let me into the glass case? I want to see those video games. And they were like, sure, yeah. And the glass case, by the way, the reason, they always put the freaking games in so you can't see what they are. But yeah, I took them out, and she took them out, and sure enough, they were Magnavox Odyssey games. And here's the thing about these Magnavox Odyssey games, though: they are in the case, but they do not have the manuals. Yeah, and for those of you who do not know about the value of Magnavox Odyssey 2 games, they're not really valuable at all. So, $3. These were $3 each, and that was honestly a little bit too much to pay for them. But hey, they were cool, and I like them. And these are just sweet and in perfect shape boxes. And I have always loved Magnavox Odyssey 2 stuff. I really want to freaking get a Magnavox Odyssey 2. And they're cheap, too. So, and I think my old neighbor had one, so I'm going to see if he has his old one, that the power cord was, like, yanked off it or something. I'll see if my dad can fix that and see if he still has it. But anyway, yeah, this is Magnavox Odyssey 2 game, and this is Blockout Breakdown. Yeah, nice naming convention there. And now the descriptions of these games on the fronts of the boxes are priceless. So I'm going to go ahead and read them to you. Block Breakdown, a demonically challenging game, two demonically challenging games, there's two of them, filled with diabolical wall-to-wall action. Diabolical wall-to-wall action, guys. You can put that on list of best selling points of video games ever. And we gotta hurry up, actually, because I'm almost running out of time on my recording. But then we got Matchmaker, Logix, and Buzzword, which this Matchmaker is an exciting game of memory and concentration. Logix is a challenging game of deductive reasoning, and Buzzword is a fun-packed electronic guessing game. That one wasn't very funny, but I'll assure you the rest of them are. Okay, Computer Golf. An extremely realistic 9-hole electronic golf course. Now, an extremely realistic is the operative phrase here, because this is what the game looks like. Okay, so anyway, then we've got Mathemagic and Echo here, which is an electronic arithmetic teacher, which is just cool, And you got Echo, which is a brain-draining, mind-bending mental gymnastic challenge. I think that can also be said for some hard drugs. So, yeah. Yeah, that exists. Then we've got Showdown in 2010. Wow, the future, hey? 2100 AD, shoot it out with other players or computer-controlled androids. Fair enough. And we got another one, which is the case art of this one is cool. And the case art of Showdown in 2100, really freaking cool. But this one's really freaking cool, too. It is Out of This World and Helicopter Rescue. Out of This World, by the way, is a a gravitizing space race. And then Helicopter Rescue is a daring life-saving mission. Fair enough. A lot of pressure to put on the kids who buy those games anyway. So then, yeah, I hadn't found a couple things. Hadn't found much in between like a week ago and now. That was like a week ago that I picked those up. But today, earlier today, the guy at the pawn shop who, leaves me, kind of retro stuff, said, I walk into the pawn shop and he's like, hey, we got some Super Nintendo controllers and Nintendo 64 controller and a game over here, so if you want them, they're yours. And alright, so Well, one of them was a Nintendo 64 controller for $2.99, which isn't bad. I mean, the stick is a little loose, but it's still perfectly usable, I would assume. And, you know, buttons work perfectly fine. It just needs cleaned up a little bit. But that'll actually go with the Nintendo 64. Then, two controllers for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, two Super Nintendo controllers, each for $3, which isn't bad for Super Nintendo controllers nowadays. I mean, particularly in this good of shape. But one of them has Nintendo engraved in it, and you know, it's a first-party one. It looks fully first-party. But this one is a variant to this one, I suppose, because I think this one's probably just a newer version of the controller. Since this one's model number SNS102, well, that's weird. This one's model number is SNS102. This one's SNS005. That's kind of weird. Anyway, moral of the story, they're two different kind of controllers, but they're cool, and I assume they both work. And then we also picked up Lion King for the Super Nintendo, which I've heard is actually pretty decent. So, yeah, and this was $2. So, that's all the pickups for today. Thank you guys for watching. My recording's about to run out of time. So, yeah, by the way, I do apologize for, you know, not making videos more frequently. I've been so freaking busy. But I do plan to try to make them a little bit more frequently now. So, and maybe even start up Earthbound again. We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Take it easy.